Start. I am glad to welcome you to this conference. The main person responsible for calling this conference is my friend and colleague Mr. Munishi. When he first suggested to me that there should be a meeting of vice chancellors and others to consider how we can improve agricultural education in the country, I readily agreed. There is perhaps no single issue which is of greater importance for the future well-being of our country. A hard fact which we must face is that the economic life of India is not properly balanced between agriculture and industry. Though there has been considerable advancement in industry in India in the last 50 years, we cannot by all means call India an industrial country. The basis of our life is still agricultural. The vast majority of our people depend on agriculture for their living. In fact, the pressure on the land has on the whole been increasing in spite of the growth of our industries. It is therefore all the more regrettable that we cannot produce enough food even to meet our own requirements. Roughly 80% of our people are in some way or the other connected with the land. Yet we have to depend upon foreign countries to get enough food for our people. In sharp contrast, we find that the United States of America, where not even 1/5 of the people work on the land, not only produces all its food but exports vast quantities to other parts of the world. We must therefore ask ourselves the reason why with 4/5 of our people on the land we are still deficit in food supply, whereas other countries which do not use even 1/5 of their manpower for the production of food or surplus areas. A detailed inquiry into this problem is all the more unnecessary as our position has not always been so bad as it is today. Till some years ago, we have in fact been exporting wheat and other food grains. But since 1943, we seem to be suffering from a severe shortage. You all know about the serious efforts of the government both at the center and the states to increase the production of food through the Grow More Food campaign. I think you will all agree that the result have not been commensurate with our efforts. 1951 has been a very difficult year. Obviously, we cannot always depend upon foreign countries to supply us with food. The present situation is very difficult, but when we remember the rate at which our population is growing, the future difficulties are sure to be still greater. Unless we can devise methods by which the production from our land will increase, all the hope with we have for the future of our country will be subject to a vast question mark. It is in the context that we have met here today. As educationists whose business is to train the people of the country, it is our duty to suggest methods by which we can overcome the threat of severe food shortage. We know that the average yield of our land is one of the poorest in the world. This is so in spite of the fact that the quality of our soil is one of the best. The only explanation is that our methods of agriculture are not fully effective. We must therefore think in terms of a change in our agricultural methods. This can be achieved only if our agricultural education is revised. I think you will all agree with this. Letter dated 7th October 1979 from the International Trade Private Limited Bose Road, Calcutta to Mrs. Spencer and Company Limited, Anna Salai, Madras. Dear Sirs, we thank you for your kind enquiry about our latest model duplicator. We are the only Indian representatives for the same. We have great pleasure in enclosing the details regarding the machine as also our quotation for your kind consideration. The price is for Madras and inclusive of excise duty, freight, insurance and sales tax. Our terms are 10% of the total price of the machine as advance at the time of placing the order and the balance at the time of delivery. We guarantee availability of spare parts and accessories. Spares required would be supplied on replacement basis. They would be realized from our stock and in turn you will import them and return to us. In case you want to avoid annual service contract, you will have to pay rupees 25 for every visit, which would again be excluding the spares. We sincerely hope that all the points have been clarified. If you need any further details, you may please get into touch with us. We would also be too glad to arrange for a free demonstration of the machine at our local office at your convenience after hearing from you. We look forward to the pleasure of receiving your early order. Thanking you once again. Yours faithfully.